Eagles looking for big last quarters.
So it's Nat Nui in the middle for West Coast. Warnock's one-man effort goes on with occasional relief from O'Halpin. Prittis, excellent in there. Scott Selwood, Eagles away. First goal huge. Lacroix. Kennedy there as well, outfoxed by Jamison. Lacroix back for another go, but Laidler brings him down.
Still no sub yet from the Eagles.
Nat Nui, wonderful tap to Nikoski, who sprayed it badly. Oh, that was magnificently done from Nick Nat Nui, but Nikoski couldn't finish off the work. There you
Nat
go.
Nui, look at that. So much athleticism and really good touch. He's got a really good understanding of ruck work. Had a quiet night tonight, though. Nick Nat Nui hasn't had a great influence, just 5 possessions. Paddy McGinnity, the sub-bloody that you're talking about, hasn't been used yet. And some good ace up their sleeve because run's going to be so important.
He was good last week when he came on against the Magpies. Judd finds Henderson. Dygan caught in 2 minds. Handballs to Tui. Off to Carazzo. Betts has to trap it on the half volley and did it well too. Back to Carazzo. And he nailed this kick, not quite to Garland, who went without it. Butler mops up to Kerr. Long kick out wide, it's a good one. And the mark's taken by Schofield, and they've got a loose man on the wing.
It's Lacroix. Laidler trying to close, holds him up. Marston.
Just that kick
turn
back there from Carazzo, Tim. A half volley to Garlett, just another half a metre, and he's lining up for a shot at goal.
Wonder if Garlett might have waited back and hoped for a bounce. Dygan not able to prize that away. Young Darling has taken a big, strong mark, and after a pretty quiet night, has his chance to make some serious impact.
She's a serious mark. There's a lot of pressure from behind, head, neck, everything. It was a really good mark.
He's going to be a really good player, this young man, Jack Darling. He's in between sizes. He's not really a genuine key forward, but so good overhead. He's got a great running capacity, and just watching his defensive pressure tonight, he hasn't had a lot of the footy, but worked really hard.
Just 5 kicks prior to this for the night. That's got a great shape about it, and it's a great result for the Eagles. He loves it.
It's a good call what you said, Luke. I mean, he's bobbed up with 2 goals at half forward, you know, in a really tight final. If you can keep contributing that throughout your career, you're going to be all right, plus do all the other things you mentioned. And it was a really good, strong mark. That's a really good mark in front.
Eagles fans trying to cheer their Chargers home. Big goal from Jack Darling, his second. West Coast by 15 points. Warnock has rucked tirelessly. Robinson been just about Carlton's best. Kicks to half forward. Armfield. Yarran overran it. Armfield has another crack to Murphy.
Carlton having to be very precise in their build-ups here, and this one comes unstuck. Last to Kerr, to Prittis. Dallied, Davies got him, but he had Hearn there to receive. Henderson, though, leads Lynch to it, and Carlton can come again. Robinson showing the scars of battle, but it won't stop him.
He's got Satana deep in the goal square, one-on-one, if you want to pull the trigger.
Laidler. Darling coming the other way. Now Ellard moving it on quickly. Just hesitated for a moment, and it was costly. Kerr in the way. Eagles footy crowd liking what they're seeing right now. The Eagles with the first goal of the last quarter. 2.5 kicks in front. Kerr got himself into trouble there. Tui, hasn't the Irishman learnt this game? He could go all the way for the Blues. What an effort that is!
That is some sort of goal. You won't get many better than that, Luke.
He's a beauty, the little Irishman. Now, I love the way they play our game. Just without fear. No sense that it wasn't his moment. He just went for the footy, took the game on, and the kicking skills for guys that didn't grow up with the oval-shaped ball, it just blows me away.
You won't get much better than this, Luke. Not even Robert Walls could have done that.
How good is this for a young boy from Ireland to take the game on? The kicking skills just are extraordinary. He has just been fantastic. He's come on as a substitute. Well played.
So still life for the Blues. Long way to go in this last term. Simpson from the Murphy handball to half forward. Knocked on by O'Halpin. Glass. Couldn't quite nail it. Garlett. Davies almost threw it to Judd. Judd onto the left. Judd's run down. Into the pocket. O'Halpin. Squeezes the kick out. Oh, it's a good effort to Simpson. I'm not sure whether it was on purpose or not, but they'll take it.
Irish eyes are smiling on Carlton.
Yeah, giving the benefit of the doubt there, Satan. He looked in the corridor and absolutely meant all of that. Now, Coach Simpson's been really important. 8 disposals in the third quarter. One of the real factors why they've been able to hang in the game as Judd comes off for a break.
Cade Simpson is not the best set shot at goal. He's kicked 17 goals, 18 for the year, so just under 50%, and he's butchered that one. That is a shocker. Judd has a spell. So does Kerr.
You'd think Judd at his best and fittest would have kicked a goal there. Would have found a way through. Oh, Cox has kicked to a contest, so Carlton hold it in. Blues having a good patch here. Scott Selwood feeling the heat of this contest. Carlton with the ball inside their 50. Cox reading the arc of the ball. Down to Ellard, lost control. Marston for West Coast. Ferocious contest for it, just one of an endless stream of such, and there'll be a ball up. The Eagles gaining some yardage, and yardage counts in a contest like this.
Critters fed it out to Gaff. To the wing, Naitanui there, fisted away from him by Laidler. Marston's been quiet. Tackled by Yaron, throw in. Warnock and Cox. Shark by Scotland. Off to Yaron. Shows some dash. Kicks it inside 50. O'Halpin's got the front. Posse in, takes the mark. The Irishman firing for Carlton.
How good was that from the big Irishman, Satan? I love what Yaron did. It mightn't be your night, but you can always make something of the game, and that was just really brave play. Took on 3 or 4 Eagles out of that contest. Satan has been quiet, but big grab.
That's the way he used his body then. He's put his buttocks back in and pushed back hard. Just wanted to feel the contest. It was well done.
O'Halpin to make it a 3-point game. Stabs at it. Misses. It's West Coast by 8.
Just looking at the total stats at the moment, the Eagles have had 266 and Carlton 257. This has turned back the clock a bit, hasn't it? This is not over at using the ball. This is contest stuff. This is only 320, 330 standard, not 450 like we've become used to.
Long ball to Embley, but 2 Blues arrived. So there'll be a throw in.
It's been a fantastic contest. We've seen so many brave acts, players putting their bodies in the line, and contest after contest. Every time you're around a stoppage, if you want to win the footy, it'll be really tough and really hard at it.
Again, Cox with the better read on it. Eagles footy, Cox getting it out to Embley. Couple of old hands for West Coast. Lecrar attacking it. Yaron having more influence since half-time for the Blues. Out the back door it comes.
Jeez.
Absolute red-blooded courage, and Kerr gets it to Prittis, who gives to Marston, and the Eagles are on the build. Henderson and Kennedy. Kennedy did very well. Embley, Lecrar from outside 50 feeds it in, and Darling, who kicked the first goal of the quarter, kicks another.
He's going to be a beauty, this man. What a debut season he's had. He's got tired a little bit in the second half of the year, but just real hard running. He's got great confidence in his ability, this man, Jack Darling. Plays like a man already in his first year. 3 goals and a big final at home. Great sign. Daniel Kerr back into the side. Have a look at how tough that is from both players there. Just smashed his head into the contest. Could have been off the ground. And the Eagles went all the way and kicked the goal. Daniel Kerr, fantastic stuff.
Cox the tap. Now Warnock. And it's all West Coast at half-back. Uncontested mark taken by Hearn. Hyon's the call. He's gone! Holding the ball. Advantage paid. Murphy weaves his way through. Kicks towards goal. Mark Murphy has nailed it.
Can you be stiff? You can be a bit stiff. Yeah, I reckon it's one of those moments in football you want to hide, but I still think he's a bit stiff, you know. I mean, to get call play on there and then for the game to open up like that. But anyhow, that's what happened, and you've got to be aware. Oh, no.
It could hinge on such a moment. Cox, Priddis, losing his footing. O'Halpin trying to wrestle it off him. Can't.
I reckon the coach then knew that was a big moment.
Absolutely.
It's a big play. They get the ball out, they kick it forward, get a goal. The game's probably over.
It's just about over, isn't it? They've been so brave, Carlton. When you thought that the momentum was going to be against them and too hard, they've found a way to kick goals against the odds.
Judd back, Priddis with him shoulder to shoulder. Scotland for Carlton, just getting a dinky little hand pass. And again, the want for the ball is too great for the capacity of anybody to get it out of there.
I just wondered with Chris Judd, only 14 possessions in the game, and we know he's standing in the game. It wouldn't surprise me just to see him find a way, kick a miracle goal and deliver a massive win for his team.
Third man up was Simpson, but he knocked it straight to Priddis, gave it to Cox, off to Darling. Darling measures the kick, it's a good one. To Kennedy. Eagles peeling forward. Kennedy kicks into the pocket. Good option, finds Lacroix, who is well within his right here to have a shot. It's well within his capabilities, this shot for goal.
It was fantastic play, wasn't it? I mean, he's a relatively young player still. To actually have that composure to say, hang on, I could get carried away here. Darling was good. Kennedy was good. They actually didn't blaze it. You can still do it, can't you? Keep your head. Well played.
Well, he's converting it over 60%, 62% to be precise this year. 45 goals, 29. This to give the Eagles some breathing space. Lacroix not going to quite make the distance. Off hands. Rush behind. Let's go down to Tim Gossage. The Eagles have made a sub.
Yeah, they have. And Patrick McGinnity, who was very good against Collingwood last week in the quarter and a bit that he played, has come on for Chris Marston. A bit more run in the midfield for West Coast.
So it's a kick and a half. More than half a quarter left. Scotland has to go long. Cox has it covered. The Eagles will come again. Blues trying to clog it up. But once again, Lacroix has it. This time a step or two further out. And the last one didn't quite carry the journey. They kicked 3 goals to this end in the second quarter that were touched tantalising centimetres behind the line. Now Lacroix trying to get another one to carry over the fingertips. From outside 50, from outside the boundary line. Again, not quite there.
To mark. Oh,
not
really?
paid off the ground. McGinnity, the sub. Super sub.
Well, there's no doubt you come on fresh and you come on hungry, but you don't believe a ball falls at your foot. You just throw a boot at it and through it goes.
West Coast by 15 points. Carrazzo got the clearance. High ball to half forward. Yaron couldn't quite take the mark. Pouncing is Scotland. Drills the ball into the pocket. Here's Betts. Taken over the line by Waters.
Now, if this goes according to script, Stephen...
Be another Carlton goal.
That's right.
Brett Ratton in the dugout. Cox and Warnock. Warnock flips it out. Beautiful tap to Betts. Onto the left boot. Eddie Betts. Not going to make the distance. Into the pocket. No mark to Selwood. Did everything but hold on to it. Murphy. And let's have a ball up 15 metres out from Carlton's goal. It is West Coast by 15 points.
Yeah, good contest down there from Murphy. Just to make sure that footy came to ground. Wasn't marked by Selwood. They get another opportunity now, 15 metres out.
Crowd around the ball. Cox cleanly. Betts away to Simpson. Missed with the set shot a while ago. Doesn't get this one cleanly off the boot. Judd well held up. Well played by the Eagles. Robinson though. Now another ball up.
Look, when you're playing these sort of finals and you're involved in them, they feel like eternity these last quarters, don't they? When you know the game's up for grabs.
And just you can see the fatigue on everyone. Hands on hips. Everyone's just going so hard in every contest. Who can drag themselves in for one big moment in the game?
Garlett taps it to Dygan. Dygan off to Tui again. Can't get past McGrath. Brilliant tackle. Lynch went without it. Now Carrazzo. Murphy. Good tackle by Nat Nui. He's been slung after the tackle. Downfield. No, it's coming back. Thought it might have been downfield. But the ball has to come back to Murphy.
Why wouldn't it have been downfield?
Murphy doesn't waste any time. Bangs it long. A huge contest here. Players everywhere. Here's Betts ground level. Cox stood his ground. And it's going to be a rush behind the Carlton by the Eagles defenders.
Have a look at the Murphy sling. Nat Nui.
Handball is away and then keeps going.
It was after the disposal, you would have to say. There have been 2 free kicks paid in this last quarter.
Well, there's a world record first half.
There were 19 in the first term. Hearn, thumping ball, Nui there. Couldn't hang on, but he has the runners. And away goes Darling. He's having a big last quarter, or he was. No one can rest on their laurels on this night. Tui, perhaps in that category too, coming back with the flight. Joseph bravely, but emerging as Nikoski. Put it the right side, but maybe too far. West Coast by 14. If they get the next goal, it becomes a very tall order for the Blues.
Another break for Judd. Ratton rings the changes. 43,000 people here at Patterson Stadium watching a classic final. Warnock, great smother. That was by Embley. Andrew Embley, it was quiet against Collingwood. He's lifted tonight, 25 disposals, 12 of those contested. It's just outside West Coast's attacking 50. Quick kick by Ellard, and it's marked by Murphy.
Michael Jamison's push forward.
Kerr did well, knocked it over the line. So plenty of time left in the contest.
As Juddy just come off another spell. Brett Ratton coaching from the coach's box. And that's the move he's made. He's got Jamison onto Darren Glass, I think, just to try and get Glass out of the contest. He's been so good.
Here's Murphy. Ran out of space.
Brett Ratton urging his players at every opportunity to play on from the boundary line, Das.
So still time for the Blues. They need 3 goals. They won't be easily achieved. They've kicked 2 thus far in the last quarter, but been more than matched by the Eagles. Judd bringing Shuey to earth. John Worsfold, 8 minutes and 12 seconds away from taking his team from last in 2010 into the top 4. into 11. Murphy can't wrestle his way clear. Another ball up.
See Robbie Warnock on screen there. Fantastic way he's competed. One out for most of the night against Cox and Natanui. He's getting his hand to the footy first as well in this final quarter.
Wade Chamberlain tossing it up. Warnock, Prittis stealing again. Shuey, Eagles pressing, dangerous. Got the tall timber up there and an extractor in Kennedy. How will it bounce? Well, it doesn't matter. It goes well beyond the scoreline. The margin 15 the Eagles' way.
Gee, what a great fight back from Josh Kennedy after being KO'd. He looked like he was going to be subbed from the game early. He's kicked 3 goals through. Great stuff. Judd up high, just couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Walker down back at the moment. Warnock can't get the clear handball away. Has another crack, a little toe poke. Back into centre square. Embley again for West Coast. Off to McKenzie, who just pumps it long. Dygan's got the front posse. Should have been a free kick Carlton's way. None forthcoming. Dygan has another crack. Back of the pack. Handball comes out. Lacroix! Lacroix! That could be the sealer!
A little bit of a wink there for Mark Lacroix. Just been able to force their way into a situation. The West Coast Eagles under great pressure from Carlton. Got to pay massive respect to what the Blues have been able to do, but right throughout the night it just felt as though they were going to have the answers, the West Coast Eagles, and have a listen to the crowd here. Full house.
42,803. The chant is going around Patterson Stadium. Who would have thought a team from the bottom of the ladder is heading for a preliminary final inside 12 months? A stunning atmosphere here in Western Australia.
It's the Eagles' biggest lead of the night, 21 points. The Blues needing a couple of miracles now. Oh, Laidler, very good mark. Not sure whether that classes as a miracle. They need them at the other end of the ground. And first they've got to get the ball there. The former Cat, long. Natanui has it covered, ensuring Warnock's not going to mark. The big Carlton man did well. Judd. But Prittis read it well. Darling working up the ground in this last quarter. Natanui, Scott Selwood, play on call, Robinson over it. Ball up.
Talk about free kicks, put away the whistle. I think it was 36 free kicks to half-time. It's amazing the game change, isn't it? All those ticky-touch-with ones are gone.
Warnock got the tap. Bit of tunnel ball played by the big Blue. Here's Judd. Kicks back to the wing. Yarra, nice tap over the top. Davies to Joseph. He's got the lead on. He ignores that and drills it long. Back of the pack, McKenzie played it cleverly. And he mops up for West Coast. And it's a beautiful kick to Cox.
It's got a little turnovers on him.
A funny-looking disposal. O'Halpin for Ellard, and he can have a shot.
Oh, 50.
Well, you'd think so.
Yep.
And there is, so it becomes a certain goal.
I think he thought it was such a wobbly kick it was touched.
And the noise here at the stadium is so extreme that the players have generally got no idea what the call is. It had to be a 50, regardless of whether you heard it or not. You just can't dump a player after the goal. So a certain goal here to Ellard.
His second of the night, and Carlton is still alive. They need 3 goals. They have just under 6 minutes to get them. It can be done, Malcolm Blight.
It can. 3 is all right. It's such a wobbly kick. Either the umpire didn't hear the call, hear the touch off the hand. It's pretty hard to see that. But there's no doubt that was, if he paid off mark, it's a free kick and 50. See,
Yes,
touch. Yeah. Just the way the ball wobbled, looked as though it was touched.
Once again, you've got to just take an enormous amount of time out to have some respect for Carlton. They're just fighting it out. Look at Brett Ratton, the coaching staff down there. They haven't given up on this game.
Telling defenders to get back, waving right from the dugout.
So Halpin having a spell in the ruck. He's up against Cox. Prittis. As the ball pinned to his chest by Walker, a bounce right in the centre circle.
Walker started in the centre bounce for that last contest. He's done that in a few cameo roles this year, and he's been pretty good at it, Blighty.
Yeah, he has. And Carlton need this takeaway desperately. Desperately.
Cox to Kerr.
Once again, you can see Chris Judd is never ever questioned his work rate, 15 disposals, but just that real power and ability to burst away. Scott Selwood has been all over him tonight.
Cox again in the Embley direction. Armfield soccers off the ground.
Actually, you know what I'd like to see him do? Stand 15 metres on the contest and just run through at 100 mile an hour.
Yeah,
the bloke's going to go with you. Just do something slightly different.
And I'd love to see a teammate come and create some space for him as well. You can just see at the moment, you go over and give your captain and your best player a bit of a chop out, all on his own at the moment.
Cox too wily for O'Halpin, but well smothered, and it gives the Blues an opportunity. Ellard to the 50, no height there. All Glass, it's a bad miss. Murphy almost seized it. Glass goes back to it and helps it to Butler, to Embley, a great old warrior of the 2006 grand final when he won the Norm Smith medal. And he soaks up a few seconds here and helps his team set up its structure.
There's a half a drop mark from Darren Glass, but he has been faultless in the game tonight. Just gets himself in the right position every time. Such an incredible leader for his side, and you just don't want to play on him. It's almost impossible to take a mark on Darren Glass at the moment.
Yeah, he was so good last week too. Ball to the wing. Hearn.
Oh.
And it stays in play. No, it doesn't. So still time for the Blues. That last Lacroix goal, though, gave them a nice buffer. But Ratton certainly hasn't given up hope. Warnock again against Cox. Got over the top of Cox. Should be a free kick to the Eagle, and it is. There's the free kick, no doubt about that. Little short one. No mark to Gaff. So an opportunity here for Carlton. Walker to Armfield. Puts the foot on the accelerator. That is not a good handball to Robinson. Would have been better off having a kick. It's a free kick, though, to Carlton for a push. A bit lucky there, Mitch Robinson.
Look, in fairness to Armfield, there's just nothing up forward for Carlton. Murphy's playing forward, but no real forward structure. Everyone up the ground.
So Mitch Robinson for disposal number 26. Long to the 50. Here's Embley again.
And that was Jamison competing there as a half forward. They've sent him down just to do that, try and bring the ball down to a contest. McKenzie in really good form as a defender, and we've spoken a fair bit about Darren Glass. They've just got to find a way to get a contest and get Eddie Betts, get Jeff Garlett around it.
They've got to do everything right now. They've got to kick 3 goals in 3 minutes against an Eagle team which is doing everything it can to hold them. Tui blazes. Glass gets back. The bounce Fickle. Garlett goes. Blues still coming.
Yeah.
9 points in it, and just enough time for Carlton to work that miracle yet.
He said they had to do everything right. What about the ball bouncing right? Did it bounce right?
I've never seen a man pounce so quickly.
Yeah, but look, that's just amazing, isn't it? Back over your head, the fickle nature of the kick, the ball, and the bounce.
That's Vizzy Park. The true believers are still believing.
They've had a good amount of time to set up this stoppage. I'm keeping my eye on Kate Simpson's in there, Judd's in there, Robbie Warnock's competed all night, and Carazzo. They've got to get past Natanui. They need this clearance, have to get it inside 50 Carlton.
Well, the Blues still need 2 goals. West Coast lead by 9 points.
The Eagles have got 2 extra back. 2 extra back the Eagles have.
They're trying to go down and man them up now at the moment. Carlton Armfield's going to push down.
Warnock against Natanui. Warnock to Judd, who forces it forward by hand. Here's Carazzo being held by Kerr. Armfield. Well done, Daniel Kerr, to hold things up for the Eagles, and another bounce in the middle.
Well, maybe 2 minutes left. Carlton needing 2 goals. Every act of play being done under the most extreme duress. Scotland climbed in, but straight to Kerr, and the Eagles gain valuable territory. It's wide open up there. Davies leads Lacroix, wants to keep it alive if he can. Joseph in support. Tigerish tackling from West Coast. McGinnity, who kicked that crucial goal off the ground. about a minute after coming on as the sub, lays an important tackle.
Warnock just about dead on his feet. Here's McGinnity, weaves his way through heavy traffic, puts West Coast inside 50. The one-hander's plucked by Henderson, he wastes no time. They kicks into open spaces. It's not the best option, but Darling fell over at the crucial moment. Now here's an opportunity. Yaron's got the skates on. He has 2 bounces, not much on offer. Now he goes short down the line. It's a half volleyer. Murphy couldn't trap it. Murphy caught the big one. Yaron's kick was smothered. Throw in, 55 out from Carlton's goal. There's still hope for the Blues.
Glass copped a big one too, and then he copped the second one from Laidler. Just a magnificent contest. Warnock, a clever flip to the back, no one there much. And the Eagles are able to close it up. And the seconds are counting down.
Oh, there wasn't much in that. The hit out from Warnock was perfect. Simpson just got half a step in front of the footy, half a step back. He runs through and has a shot at goal.
Could the Blues convert here? One clean play to put themselves within a kick with seconds left. Nat Nui, well done. First man of the ball will be Henderson. Kennedy's coming hard. Henderson into the clear. Scotland, a hell of a crowd up there. Bangs it long. Murphy climbing. Not really his game. Terrific smother Simpson. Well done Gaff out the back. A free kick to the Eagles. They can hold it up. They can soak up some more time. And barring something quite extraordinary, you would think they will meet Geelong next Saturday.
Gaff, long ball. Kerr from the side, no mark. Carrazzo smashes it forward. Here's an opportunity for Murphy. Can't quite take the mark. Yaron onto the left. He shorts it. Here's an opportunity now. It's a mark to Walker. Can't waste any time. Just got to go back and go bang.
Great set shooter. Kicked that winning goal against St Kilda in mid-season that Eddie had.
Andrew Walker. Is there another twist left in this tale? Walker has kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal. It could be an after the siren job. You never know. Eagles only by 3.
Look at Brett Ratton. He's saying, get everyone forward. They're going to try and get their whole team behind the defence. He wants it one-on-one. So it's going to be a real battle of wills here. Goes back to the centre clearance. Yaron, fantastic effort. Walker's kicked 50 goals in the home and away season. Quite finally slots one through. They need a clearance. They need a mark inside 50. There's about 14 sets of pairs inside forward half for Carlton. Clearance has to go their way.
There is a bit of time left. West Coast lead shrinking to 3 points. The Blues not done with yet. It has been a night to remember. It won't be a draw. There won't be extra time. The margin 3. Perfect bounce, Brett Rosebery. Natanui, Judd, Simpson, Carlton away, but he wasn't able to get any depth. Bounce might be all right for the Blues yet. They hold it up. They force the ball up. And they're a kick and a half from goal.
That was an enormous effort from Judd there. Just willed himself to get that handball out.
Warnock. Here's Simpson. Got it out. Davies. Robinson. There's an eagle down. Robinson throws it on the left. It's inside 50. Lynch is back there. He backed himself. He's wrapped up. He's tackled. Umpire says play on. Quick kick by Carlton to the tip of the goal square. Walker was being held. It's rushed through for a behind. It's 2 points in favour of West Coast. Walker wanted the free kick. Umpire said no.
Oh, the pressure on the kick out here. Hearn, what will he do? Just go to the long fella, go to the big fella, get a lot of players around him.
And as close to the boundary as he can.
The Eagles claimed the lead in the first 10 minutes of the second quarter and have held it since. Here's the play. Well, here's the next play, the throw-in play, and Carlton need a clean takeaway.
Yeah, and Warnock's got to do whatever he can to get it out the back into the corridor. He's got to risk winning the game here. Should create some space, flick it out the back.
Judd lurking at the front. They share it. Ellard for the Blues, nowhere to go. Lost control of it. Darling getting it on to Shuey. Eagles away, no one to kick to. Difficult situation for them here. They don't want to cough the ball up. Kerr smothered by Laidler. The ricochet. Oh, Robinson's given his all, and he mightn't have any left. Shuey to Nikoski to young Gaff. The Eagles can kick the sealer. McGinnity running it. Out across the face, behind the better result for Carlton. Better that is than out of bounds.
We've been going 35 and a half minutes. Got to be just seconds left. Tui's got to go down the guts. He kicks it as long as humanly possible. Setting himself is Lynch. And there's the siren. What a magnificent final. The Blues so brave, but it's not going to be enough tonight. The Eagles are through to the preliminary final to take on the Cats.
Lynch is going to have a shot from 60. And you never know, Carlton's defenders have lost all interest in the outcome. There won't be any resistance. The Eagles are home. They'll meet Geelong next Saturday afternoon.
Lynch. Long ball. What a magnificent game of Australian rules football. Heartbreak for the Blues. Elation, this amazing West Coast story continues. Now they're just a win away from a grand final.
Second year in a row, the Blues have bowed out with a one-kick defeat. But they have won a final. They have a lot to hang their hats on this year. But the Eagles are the winners. They will meet Geelong. A great old rivalry, Malcolm Blight, will be resumed. Let's get down to Howie.
Luke Shuey, the crowd is unbelievable. An amazing, pulsating, phenomenal game of football.
It was. That's finals football to a team, mate. That was by far the hardest game we've had all year, and credit to them. They brought it over here. It's a tough trip to come over here. We know that, and they took it right up to us. So they're going places.
Mate, there's a recovery room over there that you spent the last 2 years battling it out in. All for a moment like this, it must make it worthwhile.
This is a little bit better. I'll say that. Mate, we've stuck together all year, and we're a very tight group. I can't speak on behalf of other clubs, but we're a bloody tight group down here, and we're loving every minute of it. And who knows what the next few weeks hold.
Cats next week, mate. Congratulations on a wonderful win for your footy club.
Howie, cheers.
Josh Kennedy with me. Well, JK, you look gone. You personally look gone in the first quarter, and we can see the remnants.
Yeah, no, got a whack to the head, so it's no good. But yeah, it was lucky enough. There was no pain, so I kept going.
Stunning atmosphere, stunning crowd, and they're saying it's one of the best finals of all time.
Oh, it's amazing. The crowd make it. It was so loud and they're so great. And no, it was good. It was a good fight by the boys today, so it was great to get a win.
Last quarter went 35 and a half minutes. Were you looking at the clock?
No, just waiting for that siren to blow.
Well done, mate. You're through to a preliminary final. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's amazing. It's so surreal, and we're looking forward to playing Geelong next week.
Good on you, Josh. Mark, back to you.
Nick, unbelievable game of football, mate. This is what all the training's for.
Yeah, it is. We worked pretty hard over the pre-season, and the work's paid off. And looking forward to Geelong next week. It's come a long way.
They came so hard in that last 5 minutes, mate.
They did. They kicked a few goals and put us under pressure, but it was pretty good effort by the boys to stand up and make the win. So
back to the MCG next week, mate, for the Cats. It's a massive affair.
It is. Hopefully we'll get a bit of this crowd over there just to support us, because they were a big help tonight. So anything can happen. No one expected us to make finals this year, and we're looking forward to go all the way.
Good on you, Nico. Goss.
How good is this, Bo? How good is this?
It's terrific. We worked hard all year, and we finished in the top 4, and now we get to play off in the prelims. So
it's amazing. It's an amazing atmosphere. You deserve the double chance, but boy, you needed it.
Mate, we don't mess around. I like keeping our fans on the edge of their seats. Not sure how many older people are here. There might be a few heart attacks, I think.
What does it mean for this football club? For you, you've had a terrible run of injuries. Last year, no one gave you a chance of being competitive this year.
I think finishing last year sort of resonated a lot with a lot of the boys, and made us realise it's going to be a long, hard pre-season, and we put the work in, and it's a bit of a rags to riches, mate. We're off to the G to play Geelong.
You're farewelling the fans in style. Well done, mate.
I can't believe they let them bring megaphones in. It's unbelievable. I thought there were 80,000 here.
Well done, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Let's have a look at this kick to Walker in the goal score. He wanted the free. The umpire called play on. There was less than a kick in it. Let's have a look here. Arm wrapped around Walker. Gee, you'd be a brave umpire to give that a free kick.
I reckon he might have given it in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, that was the moment, wasn't it, where they just kept coming, Carlton. They had an opportunity inside 50, and Walker, you can see throwing his arms out. They paid the right call. You wouldn't want to have seen a technical one paid. And I love the way the game was umpired in the final quarter. They didn't blow their whistle when there wasn't something really obvious.
So next week, it is Hawthorn versus Collingwood Friday night. Saturday afternoon at the MCG, it is Geelong versus the West Coast Eagles. Boys, what do we make of it?
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game, isn't it? You'd have to say Geelong would have been sitting back tonight and saying, keep smashing into each other, boys. We're happy to see that take place. From wooden spoon into the top four, a great story. Are they good enough to beat Geelong? Probably not.
Great game of football here tonight. The semi-final between West Coast and Carlton has been won by the Eagles by just 3 points.